Hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Snooze Fest Show 2020. Vote now in chat. Half-Life 3 confirmed. Con VR firmed. Let's just skip to Half-Life 4. Wow, I don't even know how you even vote because I'm on YouTube. I'm kind of half joking about it being a snooze fest. These PC gaming shows are a lot less bombastic, a lot more muted, I would say. Lower budget. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't really know what's going to be announced or anything's going to be announced. We shall see. There's rumors that Persona 4 Golden from the Vita is going to be ported to the PC, which means there is now no reason to own a Vita. So yeah. I've heard amazing things about Persona 4 Golden, and I need to play it at some point, but I haven't. I need to. So yeah. So you got the pre-show, and is the pre-show literally just silly voting things? There are over 2 billion gamers, including my mother, because she plays Candy Crush. She counts, apparently.
As you guys can see, I'm missing my left eye.
From the makers of PC Gamer.
A community that I am a part of.
You're unique. Do you not like anyone else?
Oh god. People are going to be so pissed off with this already, I can tell.
I'm currently in a call with my friend, not responding anymore.
He's
God.
breathing really hard. You know he just had a seizure.
This is getting a bit heavy already, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
This is my home.
You're in a whole different world.
Who cares what size you are, what gender you
It's
are?
starting a bit heavy, isn't it?
I'm finding it done gluing all the details on the sword.
Fans definitely go crazy when they see this card.
It's like one of the most badass things you could drive.
Apart from Halo is most commonly associated with Xbox, not PC. Totally Game. Facebook.com, Totally Game. Oh wow. Okay. I feel like we've got a bit higher budget this year. So even, I guess they didn't have to spend money on the stage. Hello, Fallout Man, Ranger, Fallout Ranger. Hello. You're not gonna do anything with Fallout, surely. Six feet apart. Oh, it's them from Rooster Teeth, right? No? I don't know. I don't know who they are. Dev bots and deliveries.
3, 2,
God.
1.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all. I'm just cautious.
This is the PC Gaming Show. For the next 2 hours.
Oh
we'll
God,
show
2
you
hours.
Footage and announcements for more than 40 games, including the next game from Dean Hall,
oh, great.
the creator of DayZ.
I want a game that's not a game.
Exclusive debut of gameplay footage for Evil Genius 2. Ruthless combat in Mortal Shell.
Oh, that game looks
Everspace
awful.
2. Epic battles in a Total War saga. Troy.
There you go, Jax. That's for you.
Torchlight 3.
Hey, Torchlight 3.
What's coming in the next chapter of Elite Dangerous Mafia Definitive Edition?
Oh.
A look at New World, Amazon's upcoming open
Yeah, because
world
Crucible's
MMO.
going really well for them.
Why, hello there, PC Gaming Show. This is Greg Miller, just borrowing your broadcast.
You're a
for moment
PlayStation
to say
man.
that later on, I'll be dropping in again to reveal one of my favorite franchises that's coming
my
to
graphics
PC
cards
for the first
artifacting.
time ever. If you can name this tune, maybe you'll recognize what it is. See you later in the show.
I got no idea. You tell me.
And now your PC Gaming Show hosts, Day9 and Frankie Ward.
Here we go. She's a man-eater.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to the 2020 PC Gaming
Day9
Show.
looks old.
I am one of your hosts today, Sean Day9 Plot, and I'm delighted to have you wherever you may be tuning in, Twitch or YouTube or Twitter.
I'd just shave it off,
Welcome
man.
to our 6th annual event where we have over 2 hours of content. 50+ games we're going to be looking at in the
You
form
said 40.
of reveals, trailers, interviews.
I can count. I
we've
can do
recorded
maths.
in the last several weeks. Before we get into that, though, I want to take a moment to address the ongoing situation in America. While we're glad to be showing you some games today, there are many, many more people fighting for something far, far more important: the struggle against police violence and the systemic oppression of Black Americans. I and everyone who works on the PC Gaming Show each year, we know that Black lives matter, and this is not a fight that we are willing to stand on the sidelines for. So what can we all do? There's a great many organizations
Not
that
be
deserve
racist.
support right now. And
Pretty
one of
easy.
them is the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund at naacpldf.org. If you want to support this and get some great games in the process, hundreds of developers have joined together at itch.io to create the Bundle for Racial Justice and Equality. It's a pay whatever you want for the bundle, and 100% of the proceeds go to the NAACP Fund and the Community Bail Fund. There's a lot more resources and information we'd like to share, so PC Gamer has created an ongoing list of ways that you can get involved in supporting protesters. That's at pcgamer.com/Black
Oh
Lives
God,
Matter.
I can't wait to see the comment section.
Okay. We're going to begin the reveals in a moment, but this wouldn't be a PC Gaming Show without my dear friend and co-host Frankie Ward joining us from the other side of the internet. Welcome, Frankie, and why don't you say hello?
Hello, Sean,
she's
and
got-
hello
she's not in
to
her room.
everyone watching around the world. We're really excited to be with you again. And Sean, I've
Reminds
prepared
me of
a
Emilia
veritable
Clarke.
smorgasbord of PC gaming interviews, trailers, and announcements. This year's show features the most games we've
I like
ever
a yellow
presented.
sweater, Janks.
So, grab your beverage of choice, because it's go time.
What's wrong with sweaters? It's a bit warm
Thanks,
for a sweater,
Frankie,
though.
And I gotta say, your apartment looks quite a bit more like a music video than mine does. Maybe I should have sprung for better lighting. Either way, it's time for the PC Gaming Show. And as I said earlier,
Put your feet up.
50+ games. We've been talking to the developers, interviewing them
It's gonna
for
take a
weeks
while.
now. And though it looks kind of empty here, I'm not alone. My beautiful assistant and good buddy DevBot. You may have seen him making his way over here. He is awaiting us. So let's go join him and get the show started.
God. PC Gamer Secret Gaming Lair.
All right, DevBot, what do we have for this year's PC Gaming Show?
I've downloaded 50 game trailers and 10 interviews, Sean, along with a full report of the most secret gaming layer friendly dogs, per your request. Australian Shepherds rank 4th
Oh, God.
among all dog breeds.
Oh, well, excellent. Well, what should we play first then?
Scanning.
His hair looks less grey here.
My readings indicate that the audience would like to see Vikings.
Well, that sounds great. Then let's kick it off with Valheim, a Viking survival game where you'll fight monsters, craft weapons, build and sail ships on an open ocean, all while exploring a procedurally generated landscape. Show me the game, DevBot.
Now loading Valheim.
I mean, this is already better than the last year's because it's not done in front of a stage. This is how it should be done every year. Coffee. Oh, these guys. Sea of Thieves. They put the wrong trailer on. Iron Gate Studio. Oh God, that animation. Oh my God. Why does it look like a PlayStation 1 game? PC gaming, where you can have the best graphics and the worst graphics. Oh god. God, I look like you look like you're in a cave of shit. Like a literal shit. It just looks like shit. The walls look like they're covered in shit. Maybe games were better back in the day. Now every game is a survival game. He's got a car attached to him. Can we have live chat on the screen too, please? What, you mean the YouTube chat? No, because there might be horrible words being said. Valheim. Sign up for the beta. No. Definitely not.
The next game has been in the works for quite a while and is just about to come out. I've been following it the whole time, and if a game that features farming, creature collection, dance battles, and bears wearing pants sounds like your cup of tea, then it's time to put the kettle on and enjoy some ooblets.
Ooblets? Oh, oobladi, ooblada. God. What is this? Oobladi, ooblada. This is the part of the show when you need to puff a bit. Yeah. It's already started. The thing is you can't though, because you'll be fucked for the end. The thing is all PC gaming stuff is mad like this. It's kind of the appeal of it. Early access? Great. Ooblets.
Sean, I've selected the next game for the PC Gaming Show.
Well, great. What do you got, DevBot?
The game is Torchlight 3.
Hey!
A action RPG
Torchlight 3.
franchise that features a number of original playable classes.
DevBot, you wouldn't have chosen this game because in Torchlight 3 you can play as a steam-powered robot, would you?
My game selections are entirely objective and determined by an algorithm that shows the audience only what it wants to see.
Show me the algorithm, DevBot.
Show us Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay.
Proprietary.
What I want to see.
Okay, well, let's play the Torchlight 3
Got fucking
trailer, and when
AirPods
we're
in.
done, I want to talk to one of the Torchlight 3 devs.
World exclusive. Torchlight 3! See, this game was supposed to be a free-to-play game, but then they turned it actually into Torchlight 3, so we'll see how it's been affected by that.
In a world of magic and mystery, will you choose fame?
Looks like League of Legends or Heroes of the Storm.
Or the future of the frontier?
Looks a bit basic. Even the health bars look very basic.
Explore remote, perilous realms.
Like the font looks very free to play, MOBA-y.
Unite with others to claim your fame and glory. Torchlight 3.
Is that it?
Your legend awaits.
Well, I'm not playing early access. I refuse to play early access.
DevBot, please connect me with one of those developers.
You got it, Sean.
Joining me today to talk about Torchlight 3 is Max Schaefer. Max, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Now, Max, Torchlight 2's story began with the alchemist from the original Torchlight becoming corrupted and evil. How does Torchlight 3's story tie into the first two?
Well, we're in the same world, obviously. We're about a century later now, though, and the Empire
century. Wow.
Yes, the Empire is in decline, and they've gotten a little lazy, a little comfortable, and a new threat looms on the horizon. So once again, the adventurers will have to battle the Netherim and all the evil baddies threatening the world.
In terms of the scope and scale of Torchlight 3, how does it compare to the previous editions?
Well, we've expanded quite a bit. Now, first, anyone who's played Torchlight 1 and Torchlight 2 will be comfortable with the mechanics and how to play it and all. But we've expanded and let players make their own mark in the world itself. Like, you get a customized fort.
Persona 4 is
that
on
you
Steam.
can decorate,
Persona
that you
4
can build things
Golden
in,
is
you
on
can do
Steam.
things that benefit your whole account, and you can put things in there that are useful to other players. And other players will see your fort randomly out.
Persona 4 Golden on
ask a little
Steam.
bit about the classes, because if you're an action RPG player, you may recognize something like a knight or a mage. But in Torchlight 3, we got the steam-powered robots. We have the rail master that can summon trains. Talk to me about not just what some of the classes that players can expect are, but how you even come up with this glorious stuff.
Well, I think that we've always wanted to avoid going like right down.
Torchlight 3 is £24.
Try to do something interesting.
I'm not going to buy it for an early access game for £24.
And get a sense and get a kind of an intuitive sense of what they do. And so we've applied that here. We've got some really fun characters, like you said, the fully robotic, steam-powered robot, and a guy that summons trains. But we've also got some other cool classes too: a sharpshooter and a dusk mage. And honestly, they all have new twists, and they're all pretty fun to play.
In terms of the game world itself, how specifically do the forts get integrated? Like, what does it mean to stumble across someone else's fort as you're going through the world?
Well, between our gameplay levels, we have passages, and when you enter the passage, there will often be a waypoint there, but there will also be someone else's fort. So you will see some random
Persona
person
4
from
Golden
the
is only
world's fort,
£16.
and they will in turn see occasionally randomly your own fort, and it's definitely worth.
I've got it on the Vita, but I've never played it. I think I got it for my birthday or Christmas, but then never played it.
Unlocked to enchant your own items. So it's really worthwhile for you to go check them out.
Now, pets were a big part of the earlier Torchlight games. What type of pet-based entertainment can we expect?
We have expanded upon the pet system. It does all the things you want. It fights alongside you.
Kitty cat.
Goes and takes your items back
Llama,
to town to sell.
or
but we've introduced kind of a collection mechanic. So
which one? I can never tell the difference.
Pets out in the wild by defeating bosses and make a whole
I
stable
want
of pets
the llama.
that you, of course, keep in your fort.
Or alpaca.
Now, Max, I know that the
There's
Torchlight
alpacas in the
series
water.
has an enormous fan base. For those who are looking to get their hands on Torchlight 3, where can they go and when can they
STEM.
Well, I'm very, very happy to announce that we are available on Steam right now in early access for $29.99.
God,
go check it out.
I hate early access so much.
This is the best kind of answer in the PC gaming show. You can get it now.
No, it'd be better if it
Once
was like,
again,
you can get it
Max
now
Schaefer
and it's
from the
finished.
Torchlight team. Thank you so much for joining us.
Not,
Once
you can
again,
get it
go
now
to
and it's
Steam
not finished.
right now to get your hands on the early access version of Torchlight 3. We're just getting started here on the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at what's coming up next.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show. Coming up later, an exclusive look at the next game from DayZ creator
Great.
Dean
That's
Hall.
not an
Blanco's
accolade
Block
you
Party,
want.
The first
DayZ is
reveal of
awful.
Sound Mind, and more. Back to you, Sean. Back to you, Sean.
I hope you're having a great time. I know I am, and I know you want to tell me
Back to you,
how much
Sean.
fun
Back
you're
to you,
having.
Sean.
But don't shout. The walls are very thick in here. I can see you, though, if you use the PC Gaming Show hashtag on Twitter or Facebook or the PC Gamer forums or a Ouija board or a Messenger Falcon, whatever is
I
want to
see some Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but that's not going to happen.
You've been seeing
But
many
it would be
of
great
those
if
comments show
they
up
did it.
live in the show today. And we want your hottest 280 character take that our merry moderators might just select to be on the show. For our next segment, it's time to head on over to Frankie Ward.
Elite Dangerous, the space simulation MMO from Frontier, has continued to evolve over the past 5 years. Set in a one-to-one recreation
tried to play
of
this game
our
once.
actual Milky Way galaxy, players forge their
Once.
own path, build and break alliances, trade, fight, and earn the rank of Elite. Join us as we journey into the next era of Elite Dangerous, set to take a giant leap once more.
We've turned it into a first-person shooter where you can bang, 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 shoot the aliens. Pre-alpha in-engine footage. In-engine. That's not going to look like this when you play it, clearly, obviously. Take your first steps. On an epic journey on the Epic Games Store. Haven't we already seen this trailer? I'm pretty sure I've seen this already. YSS Odyssey. Elite Dangerous Odyssey. Elite Odyssey? Elite Dangerous Odyssey. Why is it called Odyssey? It's me, Mario. I'm in Odyssey. I'm in the Elite Dangerous Odyssey. Arriving early 2021.
Joining me to talk about the next chapter of Elite Dangerous is Piers Jackson from Frontier Developments. Thanks so much for joining us, Piers.
Don't these people
you're welcome. It's good to
know
be
the phrase
now,
show,
I have a
don't
lot of
tell?
questions about the trailer we just saw, but I'm wondering if you can contextualize a little bit for those who haven't played Elite Dangerous. What is it?
So I think the best way of
it's
explaining
Euro
what
Truck
Elite
Simulator
Dangerous is
in
to understand
space.
how big it is. We have created a title that's the most complete, authentic space simulation of any game out there, and it's just vast. It's the whole galaxy. You can explore it. You can take your own path. You can be a pilot, a trader, a bounty hunter.
It's
you can
Star
do what
Citizen,
you want. You can go where
but
you want. And
it's
can
finished
do your
and
own
it's
thing.
playable.
And it's that sort of freedom and the ability for people to tell their own story that I think makes Elite what it actually is.
Now, in all the streams that I've been following for Elite Dangerous, there's a lot of gameplay that happens in ships. There's a lot of focus on the economy and trading. In this trailer, though, we saw feet on the ground, which immediately makes me ask,
Call of Duty back to the boots on the ground.
What should we glean from the trailer?
Oh, I think you've hit the nail on the head. Ultimately, the big new feature that we're looking to release here is the fact that you can now, for the very first time,
Boots on the ground
set
gameplay
foot on our planets. We've created the last edition, really, in terms of going from space all the way down to the planet's surface. So now you can set foot, you can explore, you can interact.
The final
with
frontier
the environment.
was
And
actually
we've
just
taken
walking on ground.
The mission-based gameplay and the idea of forging your own path and creating your own experience that the space game has, and we've transposed that right down onto the planet. For the first time, you'll be able to access a whole pile of new planets, all ones with tenuous atmospheres, and obviously you're going to be able to play this in multiplayer, so you'll be able to join up with your friends. You can experience the game from the ship, from an SRV, and finally from on foot.
In what way will this ground, walking on the planet component transform the existing aspects of Elite Dangerous?
I think it gives
Elite Dangerous
people,
has always
a
interested
new
me,
set
but
of
it seems so
experiences
daunting to
have.
learn, someone
We
just
link
said.
all the way from ground to the buggies, the SRVs, all the way up to the spaceships, so that it becomes a holistic event. The design actually encapsulates the whole experience.
In terms of some of the other systems that are on the planets or various
Just looks
resources
dope.
or points of interest, what are some of those that might tie back to some of the gameplay that someone would be familiar with?
So we have new planets that you can visit. You can visit old planets, and we have refreshed the visuals on them, so you can really set foot and be the first to actually make footfall on a new planet.
Now, Piers, I have a combo question for you. Elite Dangerous is available right now. Where can players go to play Elite Dangerous, and when can they expect the Odyssey update?
So you can join in with our community now, playing Elite Dangerous. Download it via Steam, or go to the Frontier store, or purchase it on console. We have many people playing it. In terms of Odyssey, you can expect to see that next year.
I hope you all enjoyed that conversation about Elite Dangerous. It's a treat to see the way the game is continuing to evolve. For our next title, we're going to be...
Sean, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Alert, cringe alert, cringe alert, alarm, cringe alarm, cringe alarm.
Not again.
Hi there again, PC gamers. It's me, Greg Miller. Maybe you saw me
You're
host the
a
Gorilla
fucking
Collective live stream
PlayStation
earlier
person.
today. No, I didn't watch. Okay, well, that sucks. I'll give the PC gaming show back to its usual host in a moment, but I
Turn the
couldn't
volume
let
up a bit.
anyone
Okay.
else announce this next trailer, which is a game near and dear to my heart. Let's take a look.
You have been, the gods have answered your prayers.
Persona 4 Golden is available now on Steam. If you haven't played this, now you have no excuse. Persona 4 Golden is a masterpiece, ladies and gentlemen. The story,
go
the
back to
action,
school.
the characters, this is something you have to
Do
go get
schoolwork.
right now. It's been awesome to see Atlas Games make their way onto the PC. I'm glad this one is finally here. Anyway, I better hand the show back over to Sean before he gets mad at me. See you later, PC gamers.
Well, that was weird. I thought this live stream was supposed to be secure.
Analyzing the security breach now, Sean. I'm not sure what could have happened.
Well, all right then. While we get this sorted out, let's head on over to Frankie.
Our next trailer reveals an all-new psychological horror game coming to PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X early next year. In Sound Mind will challenge your expectations as it ushers you through the deepest corners of your psyche. It sounds like every night before I go to sleep, honestly. The game also features a chilling original soundtrack by The Living Tombstone. Courtesy of indie outfit We Create Stuff and publisher Modus Games, let's take a look at In Sound Mind.
Is it one of those first-person horror games where you just walk around and that's it? That's all you do?
They say fear is just a state of mind.
It is one of those games, isn't it?
That traps you inside it. But once you find the key to your terror, fear will no longer exist. What a bunch of bullshit.
Oh no, it's got guns in it. Oh god. No. It is one of those games where you walk around with a flashlight. Oh, it looks awful. It looks awful. Come on. I'll watch some YouTuber play it. It's a game. It's a game that's barely a game. I want a game that's not a game. Oh, it's a demo on STEM.
Hey everyone, I'm Ido, producer at We Create Stuff.
Hey, I'm Chen, creative director.
Hey, Tombstone here. We're the developers who brought you Nightmare House 2, and now we're back. We've partnered with Modus Games and The Living Tombstone, and we're working on a new indie horror game, In Sound Mind.
Demo is now out on Steam. Let us know what you think. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So hey, DevBot, how did you get here today anyways?
Well, Sean, my sleep state was interrupted when I realized I was late to this year's PC gaming show. So naturally, I panicked. I had to improvise about how to reach our undisclosed broadcasting location before you began the show. I tried some back roads in the desert. I am not an all-terrain vehicle, it was discovered. I tried to hitchhike. But ever since
Exactly. Day 9 is fucking doing what we're all doing right now.
At that point, I was already right outside our secret location.
Cool. Hey, let's take a look at our next trailer.
Airborne Kingdom loading.
How much time could you shave off if you didn't have this stuff in between? Ooh, it's a bit stuttery. It's a game that isn't a game with planes. What's that Peter Jackson film where all the cities are now moving vehicles? It looks like that, but with airplanes. Epic Game Store. You've basically just said Voldemort, but Epic Game Store. Mortal Empires. I think it's Mortal Engines. I think that's what it was
Surprised
called.
to know that I enjoy real-time strategy games, and that's why I'm excited for our next trailer. It's Dwarfheim, a cooperative RTS, where up to 3 players can split up the work of building, mining, and fighting, working together to build defenses, machinery, and traps, train armies to fend off deadly trolls and rival clans. The Dwarfheim demo is live right now on Steam. Let's see what the game is all about.
AJ plus 4, come on.
Dwarven clans live scattered
Ooh,
across Agartha.
I want a Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 3. That would be good. I want one of those. I like that,
They
please.
try to protect what little they have from rival clans. And the vile creatures that roam these
They look cool.
lands. Your clan needs you now, chieftains,
Ooh, aye.
to lead your people.
Yes.
Choose your classes, guide your builders and miners to expand your kingdom, or take up arms with your warriors to protect our town halls and conquer your enemies.
We get to build stuff.
Bring us to victory.
That's the best bit of RTS is
Bring
building
us
stuff.
to Dwarfheim.
The next generation of co-op RTS. Multiplayer beta, sign up now. Beta starts June 19th when The Last of Us 2 comes out.
Thanks, Sean. And now let's take a look at the lineup of games and game updates coming from indie publisher New Blood Interactive.
Who? Oh. Oh, okay. $105 billion FOV. Dusk. Yeah. I need to play that. It's the Kimbo shotguns from Modern Warfare 2. No. RTX on. Even though new consoles are going to have ray tracing and they're not using NVIDIA, so I don't know how's that going to work. Does that mean AMD is going to have a graphics card that uses ray tracing? I like the look of that. What's that? Oh, it's like GoldenEye. Fuck is that? 16-player co-op. Now free to play. It didn't sell very well. Probably. Ultra kill. Yeah, that looks like Dusk as well. They're cannibalizing themselves. Dusk. I haven't heard of like half of these games. That's the problem with PC gaming. There's so much. There's a million games released every day on Steam. We love you and want your, we hate money. Okay, I won't give you any money then. I'll pirate it.
That's quite a lineup from New Blood, and with us now is the New Blood CEO, Dave Oshry, to talk about it. Dave, what the hell was that all about?
Yeah, so we got a lot going on, right? I mean, some guys come out here, they show like some cinematic trailer and then tell you it's coming out in a year. We got 6 games and you can play all of them
right now. It's because they've been out for years.
We couldn't afford to do a cinematic trailer if we wanted to, right? So yeah, Dusk, now with mods, check them out at duskmods.com. There's all kinds of crazy Medieval, now with RTX. DLSS 2.0 is coming. Maximum Action, new levels are coming, new features, new guns. Unfortunate Spaceman is now completely free to play. F it, why not? Check that one out. 16-player co-op. It's crazy. It's like
we swear because we're edgy.
Faith, of course. If you don't know about Faith,
now you know.
Ultra Kill, our new retro shooter with style. If you like games like Devil May Cry and Quake, that's what that's about.
Really?
And then, of course, Gloomwood. If you like games like Thief, System Shock, Resident Evil, then
Did they even show that in that montage? I don't remember seeing that.
Definitely the game for you.
Where can we go to learn more?
So you can check out Dusk at notfortnite.com, Medieval at I can't believe it's not Hexen.com,
Fuck's sake.
Maximum
What are
Action
you
at
doing, man?
shootyboom.com, Unfortunate Spaceman at deaderspace.com. That's deaderspace.com. Faith at
Hello, fellow kids.
Ultra Kill at devilmayquake.com, and then of course Gloomwood at thiefwithguns.com.
Is this a joke? Or are those the
yeah,
actual
that's all we got. 6
websites?
games. You can play them all right now. We love you.
And we hate money.
Thanks, Dave. Let's see what Frankie has for us next.
Thank you, Sean. Now tell me, PC gamers, have you ever wanted to rewrite history?
No.
Not your browser history, that's easy and absolutely vital. But how about something grander? Like discovering America, mastering flight, or inventing the computer a couple of 100 years earlier. Humankind is an upcoming historical strategy game where you'll be combining up to 60 different cultures to create a civilization that's as unique as you are. And as with all of their previous titles, Amplitude is asking the community to participate in the development of Humankind to help make it the best game that it can be. Let's see how they're inviting PC gamers to help build this worldly game.
Sega? Amplitude can suck my... No. I ain't reading that. With the help of our players. PlayStation. I haven't heard this music in ages. Dun, dun. Introducing Open Dev, community-driven game development, where your ideas truly matter. Starting now with 3-time limited scenarios. Yeah, that's what I see. Looks like Civilization. I mean, it looks exactly like Civilization 6. Apply now. Sega.
Well, you heard the trailer. You need to go to opendev.gamestogether.com so you can be one of the very first humans to get your hands on Humankind, Amplitude Studios' upcoming historical strategy game. And now for something a little different. Why don't you join me in my chambers?
No.
Come on.
I don't want to. I really don't want to. No, don't want to. It's freaking me out, man.
Of all the subcultures and communities that make up PC gaming, modders have arguably had the biggest impact.
Yeah,
My
they've been
next guest
fixing
is
games
Dean Hall,
for
a designer
free.
who started out as a modder and eventually helped lay the foundation for 2 of the most popular genres on PC.
Yeah, and they were
Survival
shit,
and Battle
and we
Royale.
hate him for
Let's
it.
take a look
We
at
fucking
the next game
hate him
from
for it.
Rocketworks revealed here on the PC Gaming Show. It's Icarus.
Go back to Australia. Dean Hall. Dean Hall's a fucking joker. He makes shit. Makes shit. Shit games. Not a survival game, is it? Make a game. Oh, for fuck's sake. You see the fucking hotbar at the bottom and you know immediately it's a survival game. I mean, come on. Was he going to leave this halfway through development as well and make another new studio and then make another new survival game? PC is supposed to be the most exciting place to play games, and yet this is what it is. This is all they make over and over again. Do so much stuff. You have limitless... You can make whatever you want on PC, and it's like, we make this over and over again.
Joining me to talk about Icarus is Dean Hall. Dean, thanks so much for joining us.
Awesome, it's great to be here.
So, Dean, you're making another survival-focused game. What makes Icarus different from
the
other
way you said
survival
that.
titles?
So
Well, I think
you're
if you
making
think
another
about
one.
your first hour in DayZ, your first hour in Minecraft, really what we're trying to do is capture that and then basically build a game where you can do that over a long period of time, and you can progress through the survival experience. So it was really getting back to the roots of what a survival game is and what makes those moments that you get in them really intense and emotional.
If you can just walk me through like the basic loop. If I just open up
Chop
the game where I
wood.
start out on the ship itself.
If you think about the orbital station as your apartment in GTA, you can invite your friends in and prepare for what we call a drop. And then you select a prospect.
We're describing
And
it
the
in only
big
ways
challenge of the
idiots will
game,
understand.
And the way to fail it, I guess, is to run out of time on the drop.
Let's say I'm on a 30-minute mission. I have a particular resource I've set out to snatch up. How does the gameplay of that 30-minute period differ from other survival games?
I suppose there were three key things that I felt needed to be addressed before I made another survival game. The first was the ability to scale. By
Are you going to
breaking
finish this one?
your experience over months and years into sessions, that allowed us to address scale. So you still can do all the things that you do in a normal survival game, building bridges, roads, all those kinds of things. But you're doing it with a
even Day 9's like,
focus.
oh God.
The second was pacing and clear direction, which has helped very much
He's trying to
by
stay
the
awake.
structure that we're putting around the session. And the last one is really focusing in on those core survival mechanics, which I really feel is the whole reason that survival as a genre connects so emotionally with players.
No, it doesn't.
I guess
People
I was
like
a
to
little
be
surprised to
cunts
hear
and troll people
that
in
there
them.
are 20-minute drops as well as multi-day drops. What are the sort of time ranges we're looking at? Are there different like categories and tiers of drop length?
Yeah, so it really depends on your level as you progress through the game. So early on, we're really just introducing you to more safe environments. So say a daytime drop that only lasts 20 minutes. You're only going to be facing the game during the day. As you
We've all
progress
played
on,
these before.
you
We
can
know what
take
they
on and
are.
get access to prospects.
Get rid of the
that
interviews.
have,
Get rid of the
much
shit
longer drop
between the
windows,
games.
But that means you're getting a
with
cycle
announcing
of day
them
night. And
with
night,
with the
particularly for
hosts
most
and
of
just
our
show the
biomes,
games.
is definitely the most dangerous.
And you could cut it in
I want to
half.
ask a little bit about what failure means in Icarus. I mean, in the trailer there was someone that fell down, and you just
Well, leave
ominously
this
talked about the dangers of being left behind
for, like,
on the
the
planet.
after show,
What happens
or
if you don't make it back to
let
the ship
people
in time,
find it
die
themselves,
on the planet?
you
What
know?
happens?
If you think about DayZ, when you get shot, it's a very binary event that happens, and there's nothing you can do. It's just
Because I like
over.
this kind of
And
stuff.
there's a
Yeah.
certain charm to that.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, there's a certain charm to that. But I think
I
if
want
we
to.
look about
I want to watch it because I
like
want
your
to
use of
watch
the
it,
word
not because I'm
charm there, for
forced
sure,
to watch
yeah.
these
yeah,
interviews.
like
You know.
there definitely is. But I think with Icarus, we've chosen one failure state. If you run out of time on your drop, that character and all its equipment is gone.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make that terrifying, and that's why our tagline is, there are worse fates than death. So it's getting left behind. If you miss your rendezvous window with
Worst
the orbital
fates in death.
station,
It's being killed
then
by a
that's it.
hacker.
Everything that you've deployed on there, your character and all that
Is
progression of
that a green
character
screen
and all that
behind him, or
equipment
is that
just gone.
actually what's behind him?
And
Because
that's
fuck
our
me.
one failure state. If you run out of oxygen, someone can come and revive you. If you get attacked by this particular animal and damaged, someone can heal you. But if you
It was
run
my
out of
birthday
time,
yesterday.
it's
That's
over.
why I put
I'm
it's
curious. I mean,
no
there's
longer
so
my
many
birthday
elements.
stream.
There's so much ambition. I know there's a lot of PC gamers that maybe feel like you abandoned DayZ, other projects. What do you have to reassure those people that
brought
you're
it
committed
up.
to Icarus?
Well, I think a big thing for me is you know, Bohemia was an existing company, and I definitely felt like I was pulling them in a direction that was hard for them to go, and they probably felt like they were pulling me in a direction that I didn't want to go. And it's really been a bit of a struggle for me to develop and not only the studio, but myself as well. There was a whole bunch of things I had to learn. I had to learn many of those things through failure. The solution there was to make sure it wasn't just a Dean Hall game, but that it was a game
The
built by
solution was to make the
incredibly skilled
same
people.
exact game
And
again.
we managed to assemble, I think, definitely one of the best teams I've ever worked with. An exceptional concept team through to a technical and production team as well.
Well, I know there's a ton of people that are interested in my very next question, my favorite question. When can people get the opportunity to play Icarus?
Never.
That is a good question. So we're looking
We don't even know.
at sometime next year. Our development is very advanced at this point. Our biggest question really is content. So, you know, we're making the game free to play.
We got one
because
tree.
We wanted to maximize
You chop
the
it down,
number of
that's
people
it.
that play it.
Game done.
And we're acutely aware a number of our former staff are ex-Grinding Gear Games who made Path of Exile. They're very talented in the free-to-play area. So we're very cognizant of how much content we need to provide gamers. So at the moment, we're really sort of heading into that.
Well, Dean, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Awesome.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Dean Hall from Rocket Works for the upcoming survival game Icarus. For our next game, let's head to Frankie.
When you're an evil supervillain, it's important to have your own sense of style.
This is why people don't take games seriously.
Evil Cat Psychics are so 2019.
God damn you.
Evil Genius 2 asks players the question, how would you design a supervillain fortress? Would you build a pool filled with laser
That's the problem. The
shards,
PC
or
gaming
would
show
you
is
just give
such a
all the
lower
home
budget
appliances
compared to
RGB
all of the
lighting?
other E3 kind of stuff.
Here's the world exclusive first gameplay footage of Evil Genius 2 World Domination.
Like they don't really have any of the big publishers on board with them to show stuff. And they make it way too fucking long. It should really be about an hour, not two. We've got an hour and 15 minutes left of this fucking show. I'm gonna die of heat exhaustion. It's too fucking hot. I've got 2 fans on. It's still boiling. Yeah, I heard people really liked Evil Geniuses one, but I don't really know anything about it. Is it like The Ship, but top down? No. Okay. But what is it then? You're a supervillain, you have a base, and you send your minions out on missions. Huh. Redacted. World domination. Signed by Epic Games Store. We want world domination. Oh, cool. You get to make your own base and make it how you want. That sounds cool. I like making my own base. Sign up now for free soundtrack and free in-game item.
We are about to see the first official gameplay footage for Godfall on PC. Counterplay Games is going to give us a guided tour of the battle for Aperion. And keen observers will notice that this is running in Unreal Engine 5. That's why those shiny sets of armor look
But Godfall is going to be 60 FPS
you can go on over to the Epic Games Store and
PS5.
wishlist it now, or get more information on Godfall before it
It's
releases
being made
this
by
holiday
Gearbox.
season. But for now, let's take a look.
It looks terrible. This was the one game I thought looked shit on the PlayStation conference or event.
Hello, my name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director.
But it could surprise us.
On behalf of Counterplay Games, we are very excited to
Is
share
it
gameplay
like
with you
Warframe
today
but with melee?
and to offer you a glimpse
only?
into the mystical world of Godfall. Please enjoy. Godfall is still in development.
Oh shit.
So some things will change and improve in the final product.
Or get
including
worse.
Visuals and performance. Godfall is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire.
Great.
You play a Valorian
So it's
knight,
generic as fuck then.
godlike warrior, able to equip valor plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into unstoppable masters of melee combat. As you adventure through the realms, you'll get to tear through enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits you at the top. Throughout your journey, you'll find ancient valor plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history. Now let's talk about gameplay in Godfall. First, our team wanted to do something different.
Click, 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 click,
We
click, click,
wanted
click,
to
click,
combine
click, 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 click.
action RPG loot progression with third-person melee combat to create what we think is a whole new genre.
No,
the
you
looter
haven't.
slasher.
Fuck off.
Our game is therefore one part gear-driven and one part
Frame
player
rate.
skill-driven. In other words, not only do we want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling of accomplishment for mastering the wide set of combat mechanics available to you in Godfall. What you're looking at now is a mid-boss fight. A tougher challenge
Looks like a normal dude.
you'll have to leave for another day.
Oh, of course.
Please check out the Godfall
AMD
channels on
Radeon.
Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Comes out at the end of the
Thank
year.
you so much
Is it
for
going to be
taking a
free
look
to
at
play?
Godfall, and we'll be
I'm not
showing you
paying
more
for
soon.
that.
Now, next up, when PC gamers think of iconic first-person shooters, they
They
think of games
Half-Life.
like Doom, Quake, and Duke Nukem.
Half-Life?
Our next trailer shows a project that celebrates the
Or
proud
not, I guess.
heritage of sci-fi FPSs while taking advantage of some very modern visual effects, like glorious enemy dismemberment. From Bounding Box Software and Humble Publishing, this is Proteus.
Humble Games. They're publishing it, are they? Have they published anything else? Bounding Box. Sprites. Oh god. I don't like the visor overlay. I like the look of it until I saw the way it looked. The way the actual first-person camera looked. Hopefully you can get rid of that visor. Early access fall 2020. Great. Oh god, what the fuck is this? The girl who destroyed the world. Ooh. Mario and Rabbids, maybe, but with like a goose. No. Looked a bit like Disgaea. Disgaea. I think it's Disgaea. More sacrifices? Fae Tactics. Is that what that says?
I love the look of that last one. Fae Tactics is set to scratch that isometric combat itch that I know a lot of us have been feeling ever since we played Final Fantasy Tactics back in the 90s. All right, but we're not done with Humble Games yet. Their lineup, as it turns out, isn't all that humble. We're going to take a look at 2 more games from them. Project Wingman, a jet fighter game featuring RPG elements and VR support. And rounding things out is Carto from Sunhead Games, a gorgeous
Kartos?
top-down puzzler. Let's take a look.
Kartos. Oh, hello. What the hell? Humble Games. Sunhead. Ah. Kartos. Kratos, boy.
Entering hostile territory. Stay
Ace Combat? No, not Ace Combat, but looks a bit like Ace Combat. Project Wingman. When something's called Project, never liked that. It always feels like it's never going to come out if it's called Project. Summer 2020.
Hey, DevBot, have you ever wondered what Gordon Freeman's voicemail message sounds like?
Sean, that is an intriguing inquiry. However, something is wrong. I'm receiving an external transmission.
Cringe alert, cringe alert,
Why
cringe
does this
alarm.
keep happening, DevBot? What's with the security? Have you upgraded to Service Pack 2 yet?
The transmission is coming from a powerful space satellite.
Greetings,
Command and
PC
Conquer.
Gaming Show. It is I,
Nod.
your supreme leader, Kane. I am commandeering this broadcast to deliver an important mission briefing. You must capture the GDI
I've
base
grown a
marked at
beard.
these coordinates. This is a strategically significant facility. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's me, Joe Coogan. And I can take over this broadcast because I do what I want. Look, you know Command & Conquer has been a major part of your life. It's certainly been a big part of mine. The Command & Conquer
I was
Remastered
too young.
Collection recently
I played
launched
Command &
for
Conquer
PC,
3.
and it is an awesome way to relive this classic game with a bunch of new bells and whistles. I mean, who doesn't like 4K graphics, quick matches, and
I played Command & Conquer Tiberian Wars, 3 Tiberian Wars, Red
personally want to
Alert,
send a big shout out to all you
and
PC gamers who
the
have kept
expansion for
the legacy of
Tiberian
Kane
Wars.
alive over these last 25 years. I mean, I live in death, I guess. Thanks for letting me interrupt, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show. For the glory of Nod!
Tell me, PC gamers, do you have any rare action figures? Perhaps you're one of the lucky owners of an out-of-print collectible, something you'd never trade away in a million years. Our next game is a celebration of toys and art. On its surface, a game about collecting, customizing, and trading, but it's also a highly social playground for creativity, one where you can make your own levels and gather with your friends to hang out, play mini games, and create together. This is Blanco's Block Party.
Are they going to bring Dreams to PC at some point? In dreams.
Legend tells of a place where everyone comes together to play and dance and race and shoot and jump and fly with jetpacks or maybe bat wings. And there's lava and a mountain made of junk food. Where you can create your own worlds and have your own adventures where you are in charge. Where you can make your very own games with your very own rules. And all your friends can come and play. Like this one here. Yep, them too. And I don't know what that dude is, but he is cool. What? They're all toys come to life. And I can actually play with them and own them all.
Is this a Roblox ripoff? Oh, I didn't think about that.
Isn't a legend at all.
I never played Roblox.
Party.
Obviously. Build, own, play. Block Party.
Here to bring us the inside look at Blanco's Block Party is Jamie Jackson from Mythical. Jamie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
I would love if you could just address what is Blancos.
Blancos it's a game about vinyl toys kind of coming to life and where they go when a human leaves the room. But it's also
Toy Story,
more than just
then.
a game. It's a place for content creators and gamers and collectors to come together and hang out and build the worlds and games that they really want to play in. And you can have as many.
I don't think
friends
people want to
hang
play
out with
this.
you want, but you could also
They
drop
might
the
do.
toys in. So the first toy you can play with is one called it's a shooting mechanic. We got like a unicorn rocket launcher that fires ice creams. We got like a cactus grenade launcher that fires these.
Whoa,
little
man,
cactus
that's
balls.
totally
So
radical.
It's all about kind of like arcade fun shooter stuff, and you can set that up as a team shooter. You could have squads. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. You can even
These
just have
games
that
usually
free for all.
fail
Some other stuff we're going
hard.
to be dropping is race toys. So you could just do point to point. You could build this super sweet like platformer and just go A to B.
Like there was a game
You could
called
do
The
laps.
Tomorrow's
And
Children
then
on
another one is-
PlayStation,
'cause Blancos,
and that
they all
got
survive on good
chance
times, so that's kind of
so
what powers
fast.
them. So another one you could
Even
do
though it
is
was
like
finished,
just
they
a
just,
vibe collection.
you know, they
And
shut it down.
What's kind of super cool is all of those toys work with each other. So you could build a race, and then you could drop some guns in it, and it could be a
Godfall is
race,
making
but
my
you can
mouth
pick up guns
water.
in the way and try and knock each other out.
With vomit,
So you have these
surely.
huge flexible tools, this community focus. We've also seen in games like Fortnite,
Tell me about
these
the guinea
in-game
pig.
events. Are these kinds of things that you think will show up in Blancos as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we felt that from the beginning of development, that Blankos wasn't just this place for players to go and build and create their own worlds, but it was a place for us to be able to share with them different content, whether that's a music concert, whether it's a movie trailer, you know, whether it's something no one's seen yet. But absolutely, that we're definitely thinking about that kind of stuff.
Well, talk to me about the number of different designs. Like, where are these designs coming from? How many are there?
We're not talking about numbers in season 1 just yet, but we are talking about the artists.
Of course you're not.
We're really stoked we've been able to work with some of my favorites that I've been buying the vinyl toys of over the years. So John Paul Kaiser is a great artist from the UK. I ended up buying some of his toys in New York about 6 years ago, and now we get to work together and bring his toys to life in the game, which has been great fun. James Groman, who I think just kind of really epitomizes vinyl toy design, just those clean vector-based lines. And one of my personal favorites is Pete Fowler, who for me was kind of one of the grandfathers of vinyl toy design.
I know people are going to want more information. They're going to want to know when they can play Blankos, when they can see more. Where do they go for that?
If you want to keep just up to date with things, go and check out blankos.com. You can register there right now, so you can, you know, secure your account name and get ready for launch. We're going to be launching end of the year, so not too far away now, but we're also going to be starting to look for our beta at some point soon as well. So if you get registered, we might be able to get you in that.
Jamie from Mythical, thank you
We got
so
an hour
much
left.
for joining us today.
We still got an hour to go.
Once again, the name of the game is Blankos Block Party. Let's take a look at what's coming up next at this year's PC Gaming Show.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show.
Have you
presented
snoozed
by
off?
PC Gamer. Stay tuned for more trailers, announcements,
Coming up? What do you mean
and
coming
footage.
up? There's not gonna be an
Coming
ad
up later,
break.
We celebrate the 20th anniversary of A Total War. What's next in Escape from Tarkov? The reveal of horror strategy game Rogue Lords. And more. Back to you, Frankie.
The PC is the birthplace
Is that
of
all that's
space
coming?
flight action games, and our next project, Everspace 2, expands on that tradition with its gorgeous handcrafted universe. The focus here is on exploration and dogfighting, with alien species standing in the way of outfitting your ship with unique modules, weapons, and devices. And, as we're about to see in this next trailer, combat won't just take place in the cold vacuum of space, but also the atmospheres of planets themselves. Here's Everspace 2.
Everspace 2? I thought this was out already. Am I crazy? I love how there's none of these games for like 20 years, and then all of a sudden they all come out at fucking once. Like, Jesus Christ. The industry has really bad timing. Starting on June 15th. That's in 2 days. What? Coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, but not PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. Public service announcement. God. You're gonna need to smoke some more again. Oh my god. What? He poops out flames? God. Oh, aren't they going to show off like Rock of Ages? Oh, Kickstarter. Oh, fuck. I haven't fought Kickstarter in ages.
PC gamers, I'm sure you'll agree. If a horse shows up at your door and you don't remember ordering a horse, it's probably best to keep the door shut. One of the coolest things about a Total War Saga Troy, the next game from Creative Assembly, is that it will enable players to experience multiple different versions of how the iconic battle went down, including several explanations for what that mythical horse actually was. I'll get the door while you watch the latest trailer.
Come on, man.
Peggy 16.
What are you doing to yourself? How much are they paying you?
Silver-tongued Odysseus. There is only one response to Queen Helen's abduction, and that is war.
In Total War Saga Troy, you can rewrite the events of one of the greatest conflicts ever told, the Trojan War. As Odysseus besieged the legendary city of Troy,
Because I've never played one of these games, so if I pick it up when it's free on the Epic Games Store, I'm not going to have any clue what's going on. I'll have to play it at all.
What the iconic Trojan horse really resembled.
The walls of this city may appear to be mighty, but no defenses are impregnable.
Using gargantuan siege towers, take the fight to the walls.
That guy was just like looking around like,
slaughter the Trojans
what are we doing?
And force them back into their pitiful city.
The enemy are unaware of your presence. Position your troops to retain your advantage once the attack begins.
Sneak troops into the city in a vast, horse-headed vessel fit for the gods. Under the cloak of darkness, use guerrilla tactics to sabotage the unbreachable city gates, leaving the Trojan warriors defenseless, allowing the Achaean soldiers to begin razing the city to the ground.
Their walls have been breached.
Even the greatest defenses cannot stand against nature's might.
But you don't get to build anything in this game. It's just
patience is
combat,
rewarded.
isn't it? And then the map screen.
Troy is yours for the taking.
I like building. I like building a base. Building walls and turrets and defenses.
Define the ages. Experience the legend of Troy this summer.
Victory will make you immortal.
I got to remember to claim it. Hopefully.
That was a Total War Saga Troy, which we'll get to play in 2021. And hey, speaking of sneaking in big surprises, a master 2021. Of segue. This year, we've teamed up with Intel to build a legendary custom computer inspired by art, weaponry, and the artifacts found in the game. DevBot, I understand you know your way around a computer, right?
Affirmative. Sean, I have a soft spot for Bronze Age computers.
Well, great. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit more?
Can do, Sean. Behold, PC gamers.
This build is centered around Intel's CPU, the 10th
Where's the case? Is it just an open test bench?
Processor. This 10-core flagship CPU is built for maximum gaming performance.
It'll be severely outdated,
especially useful
at the end of the year.
Strategy games like a Total War Saga Troy. The build also features a top-of-the-line GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. Also on the Asus motherboard are a spacious.
You can play 1080p 30 frames if you put ray tracing on.
28 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. The unit is powered by a platinum-certified Corsair 1200 watt power supply, and temperatures are kept at a nominal level thanks to 9 RGB fans.
Nominal level, which is what? Tell us.
The copper tubing is not only effective at heat conduction, but
where would you put this?
Aesthetically pleasing.
That's really awkward.
Is this what you humans call love?
PCs are more than specs. They're a passion. When we build a PC, we form a relationship with that piece of hardware. We wanted to show you every step of that process. For this build, we enlisted a master craftsman, Brian Carter, a PC modder with over a decade and a half of experience. PC Gamer and Intel have created a 4-part series following Brian as he created this epic artifact. DevBot, cue it up.
I'm not watching the whole 4-part series.
Hey, my name is Brian Carter, and I've been building custom PC mods for over 16 years.
I'm working with Intel and a Total War Saga Troy on a very special custom PC project that we're thrilled to debut at the PC Gaming Show. Join me in a 4-part video series as I take you through each stage of the scratch build process.
I don't understand.
We begin with
They
the
tell you
inspiration
something,
and design
and then
phase,
they
where we
tell you
figure
it
out how to take
again.
the amazing design assets from a Total War Saga Troy and functionalize them
don't
to
get
house
it.
our best-in-class components, like the 10th gen Intel Core i9-10900K processor. Then I'll show you how I assemble, finish, and test this one-of-a-kind PC. A big thank you to Intel and Creative Assembly for letting me work on this incredibly fun and challenging project. I hope you like it.
Oh, it looks so good, and I have some
Looks
good
like an
news.
open test bench.
Episode 1 is available now, and I have even better news.
With
you
an
can
urn
win this
beside it.
PC from DevBot's loving clutches. Head on over to PCGamer.com/IntelPC to learn more and enter for a chance to win. And with that, it's time to return to more PC Gaming Show action with the fantastic Frankie.
Last year, Remnant
terrified
from the
what she's gonna
Ashes
have in her
challenged
hands.
gamers to take on monstrous creatures in a post-apocalyptic world. Today, we're excited to announce the biggest update yet for the game, upcoming DLC that will conclude this thrilling saga. The fate of humankind is at stake. It's time to bring an end to the root once and for all. This is the world reveal of Remnant from the
Oh,
Ashes,
God.
subject 2923. Available August 20th on PC, Xbox One, and
Oh
PS4.
no. Oh, the worst game of last year.
They say hope is what makes us human. Hope also
It's
let
back.
us think we'd want.
It's back. It's back. He's back. Voldemort's back.
Have another gate somewhere. Another hole we have to plug in our sinking civilization. Maybe the root's not the only thing we need to worry about.
Remember when this game looked interesting? I do. Back when they first showed it off. It's got kind of a Nordic vibe to it. Snowy place. Doesn't really fit though. There's no release date though.
The new Remnant from the Ashes content looks fantastic. And you know what else
Well,
is
if it's
fantastic?
anything like the
Hearing
original,
the opinions
it'll
of
be shit.
strangers from the internet. Nothing makes my day as much as hearing what's inside your mind. So please use hashtag PC Gaming Show on whatever your platform of preference may be, and you just might have your comment show up live on the show. Now for our next title, we have to look at classic remasters. Capcom has been updating the original Resident Evil games, and in the same vein, 2K is now updating Mafia. The original Mafia trilogy is getting a full
Finally,
definitive
something I'm
edition
excited about.
remaster, with the original game, the 2002 Mafia, getting a full ground-up remake with 4K support. We got a brand new trailer for you, so let's take a look at Lost Heaven 2 decades later.
Detective Norman.
Here we go. Not actual gameplay. Oh, okay.
3 years.
Well.
They handed you the Morello case. Right out of the gate.
So what? It's not actually going to look like this graphically?
Says, ain't it? And what's it to you? Case must be getting pretty cold by now. Or you got something might warm it up. Yeah, I might have something.
You can tell it's running on the Mafia 3 engine. I think it really looks. You just kind of tell in the faces. I feel. I don't know, but there's been conflicting information whether it's running on the same engine or not.
What do they call you, son? Thomas. Thomas Angelo, sir.
We want to see actual gameplay, for fuck's sake. Damn it! Come on! Pre-order now. No. No. Fucking don't. That's coming out on Xbox One and PS4.
Man, DevBot, after a beautiful trailer like
Jesus.
that, I gotta know, do you have any contacts in the Mafia?
Sean, I have left that life behind me. I'm programmed not to form relationships with organized crime. However, I can call one of the developers of Mafia Definitive Edition.
Well, fantastic. Let's ring him up, DevBot. Joining me to talk about Mafia is the president and CCO of Hangar 13. It is Hayden Blackman. Hayden, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So for people who haven't played the original Mafia, which is a 2002 release, talk to us about this game.
Mafia: The Definitive
Well, we're gonna
Edition
fuck
is
it
a
up
complete
royally.
ground-up remake of Mafia from 2002, which is a seminal game that really launched the Mafia franchise. And in
No
Mafia,
shit.
you take on the role of Tommy
It was the
Angelo,
first
who
one.
is a cab driver that falls in with the mob during the 1930s, actually during the height of Prohibition, in a city called Lost Heaven, which is loosely based on Chicago. And as a member of the Salieri crime family, he really gets embroiled in a war with the Morello crime family, and we kind of explore that story and Tommy's evolution from cab driver to respected member of the Mafia.
I feel like in the last 10 years, we've seen HD editions, remasters that are more graphical updates, but my understanding is that this is far more than just a new coat of paint on a game from 2002. Talk to me about what a remake means.
Everything was rebuilt, so every asset, every cinematic was reshot, and all the gameplay was completely redone. Now, we've kept all the same big beats from the original game. The story is the same for the most part. All the big plot points are there. All the missions are there and represented.
That bit where you're racing on the racetrack reminds me of the Saboteur.
In order to kind of meet the expectations of today's gamers and take advantage of today's technology.
The location
to meet the expectations, we're going to make sure it runs like shit and doesn't work for like a year.
We have seen a ton of gameplay changes between then and now, 2020. Can you talk a little bit about some of the ways you've updated the open world setting and maybe some of the new mechanics that players can expect?
So we do that a number of different ways. You know, one, we looked at how populated can we make it, and we took some of the kind of world interactions and some of the things that we did with, crowds and non-player characters and other kind of city life from Mafia 3 and put them into Mafia: The Definitive Edition. But we also looked at, are there ways for us to kind of redesign the city so it's more fun to drive around? Do we need to widen the streets? Do we need to make sure that there's not as many 90-degree turns so that you can kind of coast around corners? And as we capture the feel of the vehicles, are there things that we want to do to make sure that the roads have grip or they're slick in the rain? And so that, I think, brought a lot of life to it as well, because most of the way that you engage with the city is through driving.
I mean, speaking of rebuilding things from the ground up, I gotta ask you about the cinematics. I mean, they looked gorgeous in the trailer. Yeah. And I mean, what was the process of rebuilding all of those cinematics?
For us, it was really, how do we recreate these, again, taking advantage of some of the cutting edge stuff that we've been doing at Hangar 13. So, we have, really great facial scanning and likeness capture technology, a state-of-the-art mocap facility. So we really wanted to take advantage of that for, the Definitive Edition. So we did go in and we rewrote all the cinematics, again, to add some of that language and add some of that character development and maybe some of that clarity that we were going for without losing the essence of each moment.
Well, now it's time for my favorite question.
Yeah.
When can we play Mafia Definitive Edition, and where can people go right now to learn more?
Sure. So we are looking at an August 28th launch date, and we still, have a ways to go.
But you're not showing any gameplay
yet.
yet.
Kind of final polish push right now, but I'm really confident, really bullish in that date right now. If you want more information, you can go to mafiagame.com.
After seeing the trailer, I personally
that's really
am hyped.
soon.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's not showing any fucking gameplay.
Show, once again, mafiagame.com. For our next title, it's time to head on over to Frankie.
Sean, next up, it's one of those games that looks so pretty, we just had to show it to you. Ever wondered what Slay the Spire might be like with Tim Burton at the helm? Well, Road Lords could be the answer. It's being jointly developed by Cyanide and Leica Studio and sees you building a team from storybook psychos like Dracula, Bloody Mary, and Baron Samedi. Makes all the more sense when you realise you're being employed by the devil himself, a job that has my name written all over it. The game is out this October, and we've got a brand new gameplay trailer.
The Mafia remake comes out in 2 months.
Gameplay reveal of our new title, Rogue Lords. Development is moving forward, and we are very excited to share some in-game elements and combat mechanics for the very first time.
And there's no gameplay.
Rogue Lords is a rogue-like game.
That's gonna get fucking
stealth.
delayed.
You have to build your team with legends of evil and lead them in runs through multiple events and fights. After a terrible defeat years ago, you're finally coming back with your most faithful disciples to wreak havoc and terror in a world unbalanced after your long absence. The combat is turn-based and strategic. You will need to build your set of skills through your run to be prepared for any threat, analyze your enemy's next attacks, and create combos to secure victory. Every skill costs action points. You should think how to make the best of them each turn. When one of your disciples becomes vulnerable, your own health bar is exposed, which is persistent during the entire run. If your health is reduced to 0, your run is finished. In Rogue Lords, you are the devil, so you don't have to play by the same rules as mortals. When the situation becomes tricky, you can use souls to play with the interface.
You got Persona 4, you got Torchlight 3, which might be good. We'll see what people say about it.
Very powerful.
Evil Geniuses 2, yeah.
The most difficult fights. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more info coming soon. See you next time.
If you're a big fan of roguelites, you know they're known for two things: procedurally generated worlds and permadeath. Our next game, Unexplored 2, puts an interesting twist on these ideas. What if your character's demise changed the game world itself, altering it for all of your future playthroughs? From developer Ludomotion and publisher Big Sugar, this is Unexplored 2, The Wayfarer's Legacy.
One called upon to be the next Wayfarer.
Oh my god, I'm epic voice actor man.
One tasked to take your place in a long line of heroes. Will you waver? When challenged to forge your legacy out of strife, hardship, and magic, will you be victorious?
Torchlight 3 already has a 40% on Steam. A 40% out of 100.
From beyond the gate into the First Valley, there is no return. Will you be ready?
Epic Game
The latest
Store.
Update for Dauntless is the most ambitious
Dauntless.
chapter yet
This is
for
your.
this
You love this
online
game,
free-to-play
Lex.
RPG.
Don't you?
In Call of the
Right.
Void, players unravel a mystery surrounding an
play it all
ancient
the time.
civilization, culminating in a showdown with a new otherworldly behemoth. And as a nice little bonus, if you go to playdauntless.com right now and use the code PCGamingShow2020, you can get some free in-game rewards. Nice. Let's take a closer look at this update that's available now in Dauntless. This is Call of the Void.
Still got another 40 minutes of this. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
There's still more games to come on the PC Gaming Show. Here's what's around the corner. Take a closer look at Blightbound, the new action RPG from Devolver. A special collection of exciting independent games coming to PC. Back to you, Frankie.
There aren't many games about being in nature, which is why Among Trees caught my eye. In this first-person survival
any
sandbox,
games.
you get to explore a colourful, breathing world that's full to the brim with life. Just don't go wandering around like Snow White. Wild, deadly beasts share this painted world with you, and you'll want to move carefully to avoid their bitey bits. Produced by a 3-person team out of Sweden, this project demonstrates the creative power of independent creators on PC.
It's like Firewatch. Oh god, it's not fucking survival game, is it? As soon as I saw the pickaxe, I thought it's a survival game, but I thought, nah, It's an indie style game. It's not gonna be a survival game. But no, it's a survival game. Right. Oh God. The bear. Mr. Bear. Among Trees, early access. Oh. No, but it's early access though. For fuck's sake. God damn it. Release the fucking finish it first.
Now, if you're like me, you've drunk your fair share of potions in video games over the years. But you've probably never stopped to consider the business side of these magical elixirs. In Potionomics, you're a witch who must save her potion shop from the clutches of greedy loan sharks, bartering and haggling with a slew of demanding customers. Let's take a closer look at this unique fantasy concept.
I've conquered so many Estus flasks in Dark Souls. Oh, so many. Right, see, the problem is that some of these indie games are probably amazing, and I probably love them, but they don't really get you excited because they all kind of blend into one. You need something exciting. This looks cool. Look at this. But some of these games end up not being very good. Like these games where you own a shop and you need to sell stuff. Like there was a game where you had to paint stuff. You painted paintings and people came to your shop and bought them. That game was shit. I don't have to sugarcoat it. What are you talking about? No, they actually look good. They are probably going to be amazing. Indie games usually are amazing. It's just that they don't get you very excited when you're watching like an event. You want something to kind of wow you, blow your mind.
We spend a lot of time in video games fixated on finding the best, the most powerful gear. But in our next game, Mortal Shell, things are a little different. You aren't scouring a dungeon looking for a +1 sword.
That's why they're indie
exploring
games,
a shattered
Lex.
world for the remains of defeated warriors that you then possess like a ghost. These are the Mortal Shells, and they're much more than mere pieces of armor and stats. Each one has a complicated
Oh, here we go.
backstory,
Mortal
a
Shell.
playstyle,
This game
and an
looks
identity
like
might
Lords of
give
the
you mixed
Fallen.
feelings about the
And if
body
it is
you're
like Lords of the
occupying.
Fallen, it will be
Coming
shit.
later this year exclusively to the Epic Game Store on PC, let's take a look at this gorgeous and brutal action game, Mortal Shell.
I foresaw this. Scratch
Like the graphics look photorealistic at some points, but the actual gameplay looks bad.
Peering across time and space, yearning for a
But I'll
glimpse
play
of
it.
the unknown.
It's a Souls-like game. I will play it.
PC gaming show. You seem different.
The consecrated fires revealed cinders and shadows. But beneath it all, no monsters, no gods, only oblivion.
We've already had like 10 minutes of gameplay though, so we don't really need to see any more. Mortal Shell. Okay. We already saw a big chunk of gameplay on that IGN thing. Coming 2020. Beta July 3rd.
But wait, there's more. We've gotten the chance to
Is
see
there?
some of the core gameplay of Mortal Shell, but now it's time to talk about bosses. Bosses are a classic staple of this type of RPG, and in our second piece of Mortal Shell footage, we'll see a boss that isn't just a one-and-done threat. Instead, it's a constant adversary throughout the campaign. The Hattern is a mysterious figure who stalks the player throughout Mortal Shell. As you grow in skill and master new weapons, so will he. The clip we're about to watch shows the player's very first duel with the elusive adversary. Let's take a look.
Like the Pursuer from Dark Souls 2. Oh, the combat looks awful. It looks like Lords of the Fallen. Like, you can make a Souls game pretty easily, but you can't make a good one. The animations are so bad. I think it's just you. It's supposed to be just you. It's supposed to be like a reflection of you, I think. Kind of. Not even any music. Yeah, God, we said that at the same time. But I'll play it. I'll play it. But like, it's easy to make a game difficult, but it's not easy to make a game challenging. A lot of these games just make it so the enemies lock on to an insane degree and spin around at an insanely fast speed. So quiet. Where's the music, man?
Typically on the PC Gaming Show, we don't spend too much time talking about the Nintendo 64. But the beauty of PC gaming is that one way or another, almost all games find their way to us, and are often better off for it. After giving Blade Runner and Turok the Remaster treatment, Night Dive Studios is now modernizing Shadow Man, a 1999 cult classic. They're adding in support for 4K and widescreen, plus a whole suite of cut content from this dark action classic. Let's take a closer look.
I've never heard of it. Where are you walking? Never heard of it. I was 2 years old when this came out. God. Okay. That early 3D era. It's a bit like Heretic 2. Was Heretic 2 third person? I think it was. Oh, my arm is clipped through the pole. Ah, I'm stuck in there. I know the animations still look pretty good for the time. Sometimes old games' animations still hold up quite well. They can still look quite fluid.
I am on a first-name basis with our next guest, as he has been here at the PC Gaming Show 6 years running. From Tripwire Interactive, the president
We're going to make
himself,
Killing
it's
Floor
John
2 even
Gibson.
worse.
Thanks so much for joining us, John.
Sean, it's my pleasure. I'm so excited to be back with you again to talk about so much cool stuff happening at Tripwire.
Yeah, you guys have been doing a lot of stuff, and I just want to kick off by asking, talk to me about Killing Floor 2.
So Killing Floor 2 just released the Perilous Plunder Summer Update. It's got 4 new weapons, Blunderbuss, Glock 18, Kaboom Stick, Tesla Launcher, new official map called Desolation, Space Pirate themed outfits. We're running a seasonal event with rewards until July 7th. And right now, it's free on Steam for a week, so you can go play it.
I also have to ask about the follow-up to a game that was announced at the PC Gaming Show, Chivalry 2. Talk to me about Chivalry 2.
So we're working with Torn Banner Studios, we're publishing, Torn Banner's developing, and Chivalry 2 is coming along great. It's so fun, and we're excited to announce some big news, cross-play between the PC and the consoles, so you can hack and slash your console friends in Chivalry 2.
And last, a game that has been so popular on Twitch. Talk to me about Maneater.
Yeah, so we were so excited to get Maneater out the door. You know, we've shown it to you guys originally in 2018.
I need to play this.
We had all that fun with Frankie in the shark suit,
Yes.
which I'm kind of missing. The game is doing great. People are loving it. So much fan love.
I wanna
so
play
many
that.
fan videos. We're just really happy to have it out there and people eating lots of humans.
It's such a funny game, too. You know, you've talked a little bit about what games, what has been announced from Tripwire Interactive. What's coming up next for Tripwire?
So I wish we could come forward and announce an all-new game, and that would be great, but I can give you a few hints. So Chivalry 2, you know, is in process. It's going to be coming out in the not too distant future, hopefully. Maneater, we're taking the community feedback and we're looking at things that we can add to the game. So you haven't seen the last of Maneater. And Killing Floor 2, you know, the game came out in 2015. So we're really thinking about what's next for the Killing Floor franchise. So stay tuned.
Well, if history is any indicator, John, I'm sure I'll see you at next year's PC Gaming Show with those very updates. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Now, at this year's PC Gaming Show, we've already taken a look at some Epic Game Store exclusives. Mortal Shell in particular looks very
Voldemort.
promising. But for a
Said the
sense
forbidden word.
of what else there is, let's take a look at this.
Yeah, Epic Game Store, yeah. Ooh, Super Meat Boy. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Godfall. Mortal Shell. That's coming out on Epic Game Store first. Explore 2. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Dauntless, well. Super Meat Boy Forever. That's finally coming out. It took forever to come out. Hopefully it's not like Duke Nukem Forever. Among Trees. Twin Mirror. Surgeon Simulator 2. Ooblets. Oobladi. Ooblada. Phantom Brigade. Airborne Kingdom. Iron Harvest. Huh. It's a bit like Company of Heroes, but with robots. Shields. We put them back in the game. Godfall. That better be free to play, because I'm not paying for that. At the game store. We're gonna take over everything.
Blightbound is
We
a
got so much
3-player
money.
dungeon crawler where you and your friends explore unique dungeons, fighting a terrifying cadre of mystical and monstrous enemies, grab valuable loot, and recover fallen heroes to expand your roster of available warriors. Blightbound will battle its way onto Steam Early Access later this year as an ever-expanding
Stick around
game
until
with
after the
new
credits to
maps, new
see
heroes to add to your
the
roster, and new loot to retrieve
brilliant
through free updates.
Gloomwood. Okay.
Behold,
Blightbound, a cooperative dungeon crawler that tasks 3 heroes to venture down from their mountain refuge to face the abominations of the Blight, a mysterious and corrupting fog that enshrouds the land. Each player will choose.
Problem is when you got so many indie games, they all blend into one.
Warrior, Forge Titan's might, assassin,
Let me at him.
or mage.
My greatest power awaits.
Battle a terrifying horde of monstrous enemies and colossal bosses. Each class of hero fulfills a specific role on the team to overcome mounting odds, solve clever puzzles, and synchronize their ultimate abilities to unleash massive damage. Battle through 3 distinct
I'm sure it's
lands,
amazing, but it just doesn't,
each with several dungeons
doesn't
to
inspire
conquer,
me.
including the eerie
They all look the
Grave
same.
Mound, the oppressive Underhold, and the precarious Blood Ridge. Steel your nerves and prepare once again to enter the Blight Warrior. We are Blightbound.
Blightbound. Cooperative dungeon crawling, local and online, coming to Steam Early Access. Oh.
Are you viewers at home still thinking
Should be
about
called
that
the Early Access Gaming Show.
I am. Swoon. Oh, sorry. And now more from the PC Gaming Show.
One thing we cherish about PC gaming is its openness. The PC is a platform where anyone can build stuff, tinker, and express themselves. And
that's why
where
there's so
it
many
invites
fucking
creators,
hackers.
streamers, developers, stores, and all kinds of different voices to contribute to PC gaming's vibrancy. We've already featured a lot of exciting independent games here today, but in rapid fire succession, here are 8 more indie projects that we're excited about. Shadows of Doubt is a detective stealth game set in a fully simulated sci-fi noir city.
Huh. Minecraft. Can't do that. Peeping. Hackers are on console too, but it's like 99% to 1%.
In the Forgotten City, you fall into an ancient Roman utopia only to find it full of people, mysteries, and difficult moral choices. Explore an open world locked in time.
Each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up.
A reimagining of the critically acclaimed
is
mod.
about to end our lives. Your job is to figure out who.
Arr, horrible, horrifying faces.
You already
Hello, it's
know
nice
what will
to
happen
meet you.
if you fail.
Find your own truth in Paradise Killer, a first-person open-world murder mystery. Play as investigation freak Lady Love Dies as they explore the world, uncover the facts, and breathe life back into paradise.
There's been a murder.
It's been a
Last
murder.
night, Paradise was killed. I'm
Been a murder.
investigation freak Lady Love Dies, reporting for duty. It's my job to scour the streets of Paradise and hunt for evidence.
No Bloodborne. Well,
Any one of
Bloodborne
these
is not coming to
psychopaths could have done
PC.
it.
I'm like
Getting life back
90%
into
sure.
Paradise won't be easy.
Sony,
When love dies, all that
Sony
remains
own
are
it.
the
I'm pretty
facts.
sure From Software don't.
Paradise Killer, coming soon.
Haven is an RPG about the journey of 2 lovers escaped to a lost planet to stay together.
Oh, this game. I played the demo for this game.
Here we go. More wrestling. Good thing we don't have to scrub.
At worst, I kill them.
Whoa. You.
Oh, come on. Dodge this one. Got it. You rock. You like that?
That's gotta hurt.
Cartel Tycoon is a narrative-driven drug empire simulator where you rule as a succession of fictional drug lords in a world where death and violence are inevitable.
No.
Trash Sailors is a survival co-op adventure game set in a dangerous, ruined world full of junk where you
But
and
what?
friends
It's just a
must
rumor,
survive
though,
the
at this
Great
point.
Flood.
There's no... Nothing's confirmed.
Chris Tales is an indie love letter to classic RPGs that lets you experience past, present, and future simultaneously.
It was supposed to be... The rumours were that it was going to be announced yesterday. At the PlayStation 5 event 2 days ago. And apparently, if it is, it's going to be a remaster.
Set in a vibrant fantasy world created in collaboration with RPG veteran Chris Avallone, Alaloth offers fast-paced action with a deep narrative, bringing ARPG dynamics to a new level with a skill-based gameplay inspired by great classics and modern masterpieces.
And that's what it says here. On PC Gamer.
Weird West is a curious project from the co-creators of two of our favorite games, Dishonored and Prey. Despite its top-down perspective, Weird West carries forth much of the same spirit of those first-person games laid out in a dark reimagining of the Wild West, filled with fantastical creatures. From Wolf-Eye Studios and Devolver, let's take a look at Weird West.
The West, the land of opportunity. A place where you can be a hero, a scoundrel, and anything in between. This ain't quite the Wild West as you know it. There are ancient powers at war with each other. Strange entities lurking in the dead of night with their own rules and their own peculiar motives. Welcome to the Weird West. Coming out here could be the best thing that ever happened to you. If you can survive, that is.
Joining me to talk about Weird West is the president and creative director at Wolf-Eye Studios. It's Raf Colantonio. How's it going, Raf?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I am awesome and eager to talk about this game. And I want to start with something very straightforward. What is Weird West?
Weird West is an action RPG that is
The one
set
I'm reading
in
is
an environment
apparently
that is called the Weird
Bloodborne
West, and it's
was-
very much
Bloodborne,
of the kind of games
from the
that
rumours,
I've
they
been
said that
working on in
Bloodborne
the past,
was supposed to
except that the
be announced at the
perspective is more
PS5
like
event as a remaster
isometric
that was also
top-down
coming to
kind of
PC.
Yeah, I mean,
But
we've
that didn't
referenced
happen.
Prey
So-
and Dishonored, and we normally think of the immersive sim as first-person games like that. What happens when you try to translate that to that top-down isometric perspective?
There's not much different in the spirit. You will really find yourself at home. It's just that it's a different perspective. So instead of seeing through the eyes of the player, of the character, you have a chance to run a party of people. So you have followers, and you have more kind of like a strategy kind of view. But the exploration and everything is, is still the same kind of spirit.
Yeah, this person who says they have a release date for the game was adamant that it was going to be announced
Sims, I know that the whole notion of
the PS5
creative
event.
problem solving
So
is
I
a
don't
big
know.
aspect. Multiple ways to get past the same obstacle. Can you give some examples of that in Weird West?
We like games where we set up an environment for you, a context. There's a world, there are characters, there are objects, and all of those objects have got consistent
Age of Empires 4 is
rules.
probably not going to be
And then
here.
there's an objective, which is, for example, go inside this house and frame a character by putting a letter that he did not actually truly write, but you put it there so that the sheriff can find it, right? You could do it in a very stealthy way, which would be what you would imagine people would do. So probably use a power and put people to sleep and then get inside.
You've talked about the different things that you can do as a player in the game, but who are you? What can the player do to shape who the character is over the course of the game?
Right, so this is a very good question and also a very dangerous one for me.
It's the riskiest question yet, man.
To make it simple, you are going to play 5 different characters. Once the main quest is over with
Marvelous. I'm so happy
Is that Harvest
you've been
Moon?
sending in your reactions, your memes, your takes to various temperatures throughout the show.
PC did a crash. PC, well, didn't even blue screen, just completely froze.
Right now, I'm delighted
Locked
by
up.
so many of them. Furious at a few, but I'm
Too hot.
confused by none because you're just making a lot of sense today. We're in the home stretch of the show, so please continue to let us know which PC games you're excited about by using hashtag PC Gaming Show. Now, when it comes to genres, there are few as ambitious on PC as the MMO.
Oh god, here we
It
go.
requires
New
a vast
Worlds,
amount of resources
the
to create
Amazon
a
game.
rich, living, breathing world to entertain hundreds of thousands of
Here we
players
go.
for years. And I know this because I watched season 1 of Mythic Quest. Due on closed beta on July 23rd,
Too hot.
Amazon Games' New World aims to deliver that vast open world with pitched battles of 100 players. I'm excited to announce today that if you pre-order New World right now, you can get into that July 23rd beta a full month before the full release on August 25th. This is New World.
I can't. Look, I like MMOs. I like Guild Wars 2. I like Elder Scrolls Online, but I just don't have the. Well, it's not that I don't have the time. So I don't have a schedule to play them. You know, I can't consistently play them. You know, and you kind of need a consistent, you know, time to play it at as well. And I can't do that, so it just doesn't gel with me. Even though I do like Guild Wars 2 and I like Elder Scrolls Online a lot. It doesn't work for me right now. Maybe in the future, but not at the moment. Is it free to play? August 25th. Pre-order now. I'm guessing it's not free to play because you wouldn't have to pre-order it if it was free.
Here on the PC Gaming Show, we're big fans of Life is Strange, the
Oh,
award-winning
Life is
adventure
Strange.
series from
I want a
developers
game that's not a game.
Having undergone some big changes since its first reveal in 2018, Twin Mirror, the studio's next game, is a psychological thriller that follows investigative journalist Sam.
Well, the problem with Life is Strange is it's not really a game. That's the problem.
Available to wishlist now on the Epic
my entire
Game Store.
PC decided
Let's
to just
watch.
lock up. Didn't even blue screen, just locked up. Don't nod.
Basswood is many things. Peaceful tops that list. Until that day.
You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything.
Is it a game?
Basswood was your idea. Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid.
I know you think that the only thing waiting for you down there is hurt. You might be right. The good news, though, at least you don't have to do it alone.
We don't know. Coming soon. It was announced 2 years ago and it's still
You may
coming
have seen
soon.
Metal Hellsinger announced earlier this week, and today we get the opportunity to take a closer look at this unique game that the studio bills as a rhythm FPS.
Oh yeah,
Published by
this game.
Funcom, you have to battle through 8 hells, blasting demons to a heavy metal soundtrack. And to talk about one of the most epic encounters in the game is the creative director at The Outsiders, David Goldfarb. Take it
There's
away,
2 minutes left
David.
of the show, apparently.
Thanks. And let me say it's a pleasure to be here. And I think right now everybody needs some games to give us a break from the reality that we're currently inhabiting. So that's why we're here now. So what you're about to see here is an exclusive peek of some pre-alpha gameplay of our upcoming game, Metal Hellsinger. I hope you like it.
It's like Cryptid the Necrodancer, but it's a first-person shooter. You play it with a dance pad. Embrace the darkness, Jackie. It looks like a normal first-person shooter. Well, an normal old-school first-person shooter. So you're surely you're only going to have single-fire weapons. You can't have a fully automatic gun in a beat game. Go. That's the beat. Unless the tempo is 5 miles an hour, 5 million miles an hour. Uncom, dear.
Hello everybody, Felicia Day
Felicia
here,
Day.
and I play the magician in the Dungeons of Nahelbeck, The Amulet of Chaos. The Amulet of Chaos is a fun and silly tactical RPG that's coming to PC later this summer. It features a group of adventurers searching a dungeon
I haven't heard
for
from
treasure.
Felicia Day in ages.
Each one of the characters
You hate
has
Felicia
skill
Day.
sets or
Get
lack
out.
thereof.
Fuck
Fighting
you.
styles
You
and
hate
inventory.
you hate women.
Each one is kind
Jax.
of a failure, but together they're too dumb to fail. The game doesn't take itself too seriously. It has lots of in-jokes for tabletop games, and for some reason,
Felicia Day is awesome. I used to watch The Guild back in the day.
here is an exclusive preview of The Amulet.
She streams as well. She was in Dragon Age 2 DLC. Fuck you. She's Veronica in Fallout New Vegas. She's awesome.
Lampshades by now. You root. I'm pissed. Ha! Pleased to meet you, pissed. I'm Revax.
What a burn.
We'll smash your rotten brains out of your skull.
How about we try diplomacy, maybe?
No. Attack.
Guards, guards! Dispatch these smelly bushwhackers. Zivat relic.
Bushwhackers? How dare you? Whitelist now on Steam. Watch the extended version on our YouTube channel. Maybe you could have had that extended version here if you got rid of all the fucking
Who
interviews.
says you need water to go sailing? Our next game, Red Sails, puts you on a boat in the middle of a sea of desert. In this
I think I remember
intriguing
this.
narrative adventure, you rescue
Wasn't this announced
stranded
last
people while
PC
looking
gaming
for the
show?
rest of your clan. Let's take a look at Red Sails.
Whee! Maybe not. It looks a bit different to what I was thinking of. It's The Witcher 3, but it's in sand instead of water. It even looks like The Witcher 3 boat animation. And the camera, the way it's off to the left a bit. The boat. It's not a game. It's a game, it's not a game. Is Dean Hall making all of these games? Well, it's kind of got that rhyme aesthetic, kind of. A little bit. Red Sails.
So DevBot,
You're supposed
do you
to
have any
finish
access
by
to some
now.
medical programs in case I, bump my foot against some of these cold, unforgiving walls?
Query received, Sean. In order to familiarize you with basic life-saving procedures, I have established contact with game developer Bossa Studios, the creators of Surgeon Simulator 2.
Well, I wasn't really planning on doing any surgery. I feel like if I was injured, you'd be the one doing the surgery.
My analysis shows that Surgeon Simulator 2 contains all of the vital instructions for repairing fragile human bodies. 1 hour of Surgeon Simulator 2 is equivalent to 1 year of human medical school.
That's not true, but I appreciate your enthusiasm and thirst for knowledge, DevBot. And I'm certainly interested in this game. So let's take a look at Surgeon Simulator 2.
One of those crazy, wacky games that all YouTubers are gonna play and make crazy faces in the thumbnails. Say this game is crazy in capital letters with an exclamation point. Penny. They've all got their hands like out like this. Doesn't look very. It doesn't look like there's a lot of surgery going on in this. It's like more like you're just fucking around outside of the surgery room. Pulled his head off. Quack. Pre-order now. No.
Joining us to talk about Surgeon Simulator 2, we got Mark Pick on the line. Mark, thanks so much for joining us.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Everyone's got
So,
AirPods.
for anyone who has not experienced the hilarity of Surgeon Simulator 1, can you just give us the gist and tell us, what is Surgeon Simulator 2 all about?
We've kind of taken the tone and the heart of the original, which is that chaotic physics gameplay, and we've really kind of blown it out to brand new epic proportions. So in the original game, you're just one arm kind of moving around on one table. In the new game, you're actually a fully limbed surgeon moving around for the first time in the series on 2 feet. In the original game as well. Yeah, right.
Oh,
What an
so,
innovative
oh,
feature
so
in Prison.
hilarious. Oh,
In
so
the original
hilarious.
game as well, you were limited to just surgery, whereas in Surgeon Simulator 2, there's a whole plethora of brand new mechanics, challenges, and gameplay elements to explore. You're not just looking over one patient's chest cavity anymore, but you're actually exploring a fully fledged medical facility.
Can you maybe tease a little bit of some of the other, perhaps, medical operations that I get to perform in Surgeon Simulator 2?
Yeah, so there is 12 operations in the game, and you will have seen a few of those in the trailer just now. Think of that facility as like a little bit like the original Surgeon Simulator, with a bit of kind of a mad scientist lab thrown in there through this kind of lens of like a Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory vibe. Like, you're never really sure what's going to be around the next corner and what new twist or what dark machinery you're going to come across next. So players are going to come across everything from like surgical vending machines, over-engineered operating theatres, automatic patient dispensers. My personal favourite, which is actually an improvised cannon, where you can actually fire limbs or
I'm
organs
rolling
and
on the
things
floor
across
laughing.
to your fellow surgeons on the other side of the room to keep operating on Bob.
Now, Mark, I understand that there is a creation tool in Surgeon Simulator 2. What is that?
Snap map.
Yeah, that's right. So in keeping with the variety and the surprise that we talked about before, in Surgeon Simulator 2, we're proud to announce that we are bringing the Bossa Labs creation mode to the game. Now, in creation mode, you as a solo player or in a group of up to 4 players can get stuck into the very same tools that we as designers and developers use to build our very own story mode. It's an easy to use, intuitive, friendly set of tools where it's as much fun to create as it is to play.
So I want to ask, what are some of the examples of the types of levels, the types of creations that people have made?
That's a great question. So we've been live for the last few months already. The wealth and the variety of content made by players so far has been really, really incredible to see. So there's been
the game's been
in there
out
from traditional takes on surgery, like the end of the original game. We've also got ghost ships in there. We've got bowling alleys. We've even got a take on the Surgeon Olympics, where people are bouncing around Bob's head and using that as a ball. And then we've got my personal favourite, which is the kind of the take on the bottle flip challenge. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but where you can kind of flip a bottle with the hand and kind of, it's not the easiest thing to do with the Surgeon Simulator hand. And you just kind of step back and see the physics chaos play out, and it's a lot of fun. It's very satisfying to see play out.
Mark, I had a blast playing Surgeon Simulator 1.
I didn't.
When can people play Surgeon Simulator 2, and how do they get access to this creation workshop you've mentioned?
Surgeon Simulator 2 is coming to the Epic Game Store in August 2020, and you can
Said the word, the forbidden
now.
word.
You can also go to surgeonsimulator.com for more information and follow us at SurgeonSim on Twitter to learn more.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
That's Mark Pick. I'm Sean Plott. Let's go to Frankie Ward.
Sean, you'll remember our next developer from their appearance in the PC gaming
supposed to
show
be only 2
way
hours.
back in 2015.
It's 10
Hello
minutes
Games
over
are a small UK indie studio, perhaps better
overboard.
known for building the infinite, procedurally generated universe of No Man's Sky.
Oh God.
But their next big release is an altogether more intimate, handcrafted affair. The Last Campfire is an adventure game, a story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for meaning and a way home. Let's check it out.
Oh fuck's sake. I'm not crying because it's a game. I'm crying because it's too long and it's too hot in here. I'm going to play some more God of War after this is over, but I'm going to have a break first. We show nothing more of that game.
Escape from Tarkov has become one of the breakout successes of 2020, becoming a smash hit on Twitch as players fell in love with its extra gritty take on first-person shooters. But as anyone who works on the internet will tell you, the people always want more. And more we've got for you today, because in a moment I'm going to be speaking to one of the game's developers about what's coming next, and that includes a spicy new map. Hey DevBot, why don't you show them what we got?
I don't know what this game is. It's not a battle royale game, is it? You're trying to escape. You load into a map and you're trying to escape. Like the Predator. There's screen tearing in this, or is that just an effect going on the screen? It's a walking simulator. Pew! Are you taking the piss? That was it. I could do that. I could walk around my house right now and I get the same experience as that.
From Battlestate Games. Thanks so much for joining us today, Nikita.
Thank you for having me.
I would love if you would kick off by, just for anyone who hasn't played or seen Escape from Tarkov, how does a session of Escape from Tarkov work? What makes it different from, say, a class-based shooter or a battle royale?
And you walk.
It's more about like true survival. You need to actually escape from a location through extract points, and you need to actually save your life and save your gear.
The same headphones as me.
If you die, you will lose everything.
So how does the new map compare to the existing map set in Tarkov?
It will be the biggest and the most detailed location ever. It will be a lot of explorable buildings, undergrounds. It's like an attempt to simulate the city, the realistic modern city.
So give me a breakdown of what's coming up in this upcoming patch 12.7.
12.7 is more like a technical patch. It will include the big addition called the expansion of Customs location. Customs is the pretty iconic location for the EFT. It will like enlarge the overall area by 30 or even 40%. The next updates will totally like overhaul the whole skill system. And there will be new boss called Senator. This boss will able to heal his partners and like search for stashes. So we always try to bring something new in terms of new bosses. Really big amount of cool features out to come this year. We'll try to bring some new experience for you.
Escape from Tarkov has been playable for a long time. For anyone who's listening who hasn't yet played it, where should they go?
They should go to our site, www.escapefromtarkov.com, and see for yourself. You could purchase it over there.
So once again, escapefromtarkov.com to check it out. And Nikita, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
For our next title to PC Gaming Show, it's time to head on over to the inimitable Frankie Ward.
Stop it.
Over the last decade, developer Red Barrels has given us some of the most messed up horror games ever created. The next game in the Outlast series offers more mind-numbing terror, but this time with friends. Outlast Trials is set during the Cold War, and in this happy period of distrust, fear, and violence, you and your friends are human guinea pigs involuntarily recruited to test advanced methods of brainwashing and mind control. Good times. But work together, and maybe you'll survive the Outlast Trials.
Outlast Trials? Is it like Trials HD? More like Saw. An Outlast now.
Device fully operational, sir.
Excellent. Bring in the other subjects.
Oh, okay. No? Freedom ends in 2021. That's already happening all over the world.
And with that, the 2020 PC Gaming
Thank
Show
God.
is now complete.
Thank God.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you got the chance to see some games that excited and delighted you.
No.
Also, as
No
you might
Age of
imagine,
Empires
it is
4.
really challenging to put on a show with no nearby gaming conventions. So an enormous thanks to our sponsors for helping to make this show possible. This year, the sponsors are Mythical,
Persona 4.
Perfect World,
Yeah, a game that's
Funcom,
like 8
Frontier
years
Developments,
old.
Exceed Games, Atlas, Intel, All In Games, Humble Games, Sega, Amazon Games, Merge Games, Tripwire Interactive, and the Epic Games Store. Without your support, we would not have had the opportunity to put on a show for the greatest platform, PC gaming. Now, before I say goodbye, I want to give a warm thanks and a chance for my co-host to say goodbye. Thanks again, DevBot.
I'm glad to have been of service, Sean. I'm going to shut down into sleep mode.
That was
so you can sleep
fucking
power
awful.
until next year.
Every year, it's a snooze fest. Every year. You just want it to end.
Thank you so much to all
Guinea
of
pigs
our
back.
devs for your incredible games, and of course a massive thanks to our sponsors for making this all happen. And finally, a big thanks to you guys at home for watching. I'm actually off with my little evil sidekick now to take over the world, and I really do look forward to being your evil
We're not on a kids' fucking TV show here. We're not on CBeebies.
And goodbye.
For fuck's sake.
All right, that's it. Coming up next is the Future Games
I ain't
Show
watching that.
over at twitch.tv
I ain't watching that. Fuck that.
/GamesRadar, where you'll see more exclusive reveals, deep dives
Are you
on the future
joking?
of gaming and developer interviews.
Fuck off.
With that, I'm Sean Day.
I'm not watching that.
And this has been the PC Gaming
I'm not
Show.
watching that.
Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care.
I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that.
Hello, world. Or rather, goodbye, world. These are the credits.
I'm not watching that.
Run credits.
I'll have a look at some of the announcements afterwards if there's anything announced for it. Well, I'm gonna have a break and I'll be back later to play God of War. So yeah, we try and make it a bit cool in here. Open the windows.
I don't know
Yeah,
why humans
I'll be back.
require acknowledgement
I'll be back
for
later.
everything. Who is that?